With a lot of folks in Southern California on edge after another powerful earthquake shook the region last night. Now, this happened at around 8:20 p.m. It was a magnitude 7.1 centered near the city of Ridgecrest in Kern County. It was even stronger than that 4th of July tremor that hit the same area.
We have significant reports of fires, structure fires, mostly as a result of gas leaks or gas line breaks. There are gas line breaks throughout the city. There are also reports of water main breaks. Power is out and communications is out to parts of the community.
Some pro basketball players experience it as well. All the way in Las Vegas, an NBA Summer League game was postponed when things started shaking last night, and many fans headed towards the exits.
It is on the same fault system. It is larger. So we are extending up the Little Lake Fault. It is still up in the Owens Valley. This earthquake actually is a little farther away from the Los Angeles area. My expectation is that Ridgecrest is having a pretty difficult time tonight.
Here's a photo of one of those fires, a house in the city of Ridgecrest. There are also reports of new structural damage to some buildings and reports of some minor injuries. Authorities have not given any specific numbers just yet, but with daylight this morning, crews will be better able to assess the situation. The quake was felt in many parts of the state, including the Los Angeles area. A reporter from KCBS TV recorded this video inside of her home in Pasadena.
I think we got another earthquake.
Yep, we definitely have an earthquake going on.
The quake also affected a Major League Baseball game in L.A. Here's a look at the Dodgers game against the Padres as the quake hit in the 4th inning. That game did continue after the shaking stopped. But news coverage on KCBS television came to a brief halt when things started rattling in their studio.
We are experiencing quite a bit of shaking. If you'll give us a brief moment here, we're making sure that nothing is going to come down in the studio here.
And it is going for quite a bit, everybody. It continues
this is a very strong
to rattle
earthquake.
Pretty strong here.
8:21 here on the air. We're experiencing very strong shaking. Wow. I think we need to get under the desk.
All right, we're going to go to break. We'll be right back after this. Wow.
In Anaheim, visitors were caught off guard when things started shaking at Disneyland. This video was shot in the food court as that earthquake hit. And there are even here in the Bay Area, there were some reports that the quake was felt in parts of San Jose and surrounding cities. We have had multiple calls to the newsroom from people downtown.
That's right. And after that 4th of July earthquake, seismologists from Caltech and the U.S. Geological Survey said that a stronger quake was a possibility in the coming days.
There's about a 6% chance that there will be a magnitude 6 or larger earthquake in the coming days. An event of this size is going to keep producing aftershocks for years, so but the rates are going to decay with time. Just about every day that goes on, it's going to get cut probably significantly more.
After last night's quake, California Governor Gavin Newsom posted this on Twitter, quote, "I have activated the Cal OES State Operations Center to its highest level. The state is coordinating mutual aid to local first responders." And for more on last night's shaking, let's hear from our meteorologist, Darren Peck.
A couple of people reported to the USGS that they could feel last night's, the one that happened at 8 o'clock at 7.1 in the South Bay. No damage here, obviously, but strong enough this time that this one was actually felt by those of us here in the Bay Area. Here's a little perspective on this one. You see the red dot down there? All right, the text tells you this earthquake happened 10.6 miles northeast from a little town of Ridgecrest. If you're not too familiar with this part of California, I think the better perspective is to tell you that that earthquake, as the crow flies, is about 600 miles from us. 600 miles away, and some of us still felt it down in San Jose. And if we come in for a closer look at the epicenter of this earthquake, there's your timestamp on it, 8:19 last night. As you now know, and I'm sure you've been hearing about this for the last several days, this has not been an isolated earthquake. If we look back at the last 24 hours, keep your eye on all the red dots here that have shown up from the last 24 hours, each one indicating an earthquake that has happened. The smaller the dot, the weaker the intensity. But I'm going to pause it here at 8 o'clock because that's when the 7.1 happened, 8:19 to be specific. And it did not happen in an isolated fashion. Even when we hit that 7.1, there were others of sizable intensity in the area. And if we look at the last several hours now, you can see how things have quieted down. And while, yes, the USGS is saying it's possible we could see another one of that magnitude, they're also saying it's more likely we won't. So you could say there's a 1 in 10 chance we could have another 7.0 magnitude down here. That also means there's a 9 in 10 chance we won't at this point. We need to stay on guard. We'll keep you updated as things play out.